Here we have ingredients for our apple and blackberry turnovers. We have a couple of the ready prepared frozen round puff pastry discs. We're going to let them defrost there. Got some butter and sugar for cooking the brownlee apples in. I'm going to have the blackberries there. We've got some raspberries for making a coulis. Ice cream. So for the apples, just going to give them a peel. So the apples are peeled, we're just going to cut them into quarters. And then just lay it aside, take out the core, a little bit off the end, a little bit in the middle. In our pan here we have butter and sugar. Just going to turn that on. And then just cutting the apples once more in half. So we've peeled and cored them. Butter's melted. You can see here the sugar on the bottom of the pan is separated from the butter at the moment, so we're just going to keep that on the heat. It's going to get to a certain point where the butter and the sugar are going to combine. There. And then adding in apples. Watch out for splashes. And then a little stir around. And pop the lid on. We're going to make our raspberry coulis here. Just got the raspberries in a pan. Put the sugar in. Just let that sugar start dissolving there. Sugar starting to melt there. Just give them a little jostle. Check the apples. Just give them a little turn. They start to get quite soft as they're cooking, so don't be too vigorous with them. You just want them to soften up really, not fully cooking. And let's go for a splash of raspberry vodka there. I'm moving to a hotter flame. Just getting that to the boil. I'm just going to leave that on just for about a minute, medium heat, so it's just ticking away. And then that's our coulis done. So that's the apples done for now. So yeah, just a little bit soft there. Just going to put the apples into a sieve. And just let the juice straight out the bottom there. So we've just strained any of the excess juice off the apples. Just going to tip that onto a tray. Just let it cool up a bit before putting into the pastry. And at this stage, just popping the blackberries on top. We don't want them to cook too much, so we just put them in here before going in to the pastry. Now we're just going to put our pastries together. Have our puff pastry rounds, which are defrosted. Make sure they're well defrosted. If it's still frozen, the pastry will snap when you go turn it over. I'm just trying to get the turnover thing in there. I'm not quite sure why they're a turnover. Oh. Bearing in mind that one side of the pastry is going to be in the lid, will be the lid, we're just going to work on the other side, leaving a lip around the outside for sealing. A little bit of water just around the outside lip. And then just pressing down at the side. And stretch the pastry over a little. Have to meet that other side to take any excess off there. And then just going to press down with a fork around the edge. Just to help seal it in. It's a little pretty pattern too. We've got the oven preheated there, just at 200. And I'm just going to pop these in the oven. The turnovers have been in for 5 minutes. Just going to do a little dusting with some icing sugar. And then just another couple of minutes for the icing sugar to caramelise. And that's our turnovers ready. Ooh. Nice oozing blackberry there, very nice. Now we're just going to pop the coulis on the plate. Hot spoon. Vanilla of ice cream. That's nice. Apple turnover even. And there it is.